Burnout. Man, burnout is everywhere. It just seems like it's this thing that's on everybody's mind, you know? It's the buzzword of the decade. It's become the go-to explanation for all forms of chronic exhaustion and frustration and anger and just feeling done with everything. But have you ever noticed that the same culture that warns you about burnout is the one driving you straight into it? They tell you to hustle. They tell you to grind, to work harder. But then when you collapse, they just slap a label on you. It says burnout. Oh, it's so sad. They just got burned out. What happened? Oh, I don't know. I guess they were just burned out. And just like that, you have an excuse, a diagnosis, a reason to be where you are, how you are, whoever it is you become. But the problem is that burnout is not what you think it is. Culture tells you it's the result of doing too much, but that's not really the truth. Burnout does not come from doing too much work. It comes from too little purpose. It happens from weeks, months, ultimately years of pouring your energy into things you were never designed to do. The real problem isn't that you're burned out, it's that you're just burning away. You've spent so long forcing yourself into things that suffocate you. The parts of you that once gave you oxygen are barely breathing anymore. And instead of knowing to ask why it is you feel like this, you just blame the workload because that's what culture tells you to do. So then you're tired, so you just sleep in on Sundays. You know, you get more self-care, take more vacations, but you can't cure disconnection from your design with a margarita and a nap. Burnout is what happens when you ignore design. You keep going in the wrong direction for long enough, and eventually your body, your mind, your spirit, they all just shut down. It's not because you need more balance. It's not because you need more time off. It's because you're forcing yourself to power a life you were never built to run. Burnout isn't about exhaustion. It's about resistance. It's what happens when you're fighting against the way you were made and what you were made for. You're swimming against design's current. The culture will tell you to diagnose and treat your burnout, just like it tells you to treat all your other symptoms. They tell you to ignore the real dysfunction under them. That's what they teach us. They teach all of us that. But what if instead of treating burnout, you started listening to it? What if your exhaustion isn't random? What if that's your body trying to wake you up, telling you that something in your life is out of order? Most people treat burnout like it's a condition, when really, it's a compass. It's showing you what's draining you, what's not working, what's leading you in the wrong direction. The problem isn't that you're running too hard. The problem is that you're running in the wrong direction, towards the wrong things. You can keep treating burnout like something that just happens. It happened to you like it happens to everybody. Or you can ask a question that has an answer that might be harder to come to terms with. Am I actually doing what I was built to do? Is this exhaustion because I'm overworked or because I've been avoiding what really matters? Burnout isn't your enemy. It's a built-in mechanism that keeps you from becoming an enemy to yourself. It's like the flashing light on the dash, telling you to perform a service before everything shuts down completely. So what are you going to do? Hit subscribe, watch the next video, and let's get to doing what you were designed for.